Right now, we're going to talk about load bearing. When I say load bearing, I'm saying, how much weight can you carry? For a long time, since I was younger, at first I ran from it, and then I was like, no, it is what it is, just go for it. And when I say that, I mean, I knew there's going to be a lot of weight that I had to carry, and, responsibility. I don't run from it. I love it. So, I go towards it. And, it took me a lot of time to learn how much I can handle and how much I can't handle. And when I say it took a long time, it took nearly a decade for me to figure it out. I am a proponent and victim of burnout. Well, I wouldn't say proponent, but I am a victim of burnout. Push myself too hard, and then, worst case scenarios happen, and then it all falls apart. You don't want to burn out. You don't want to push yourself too far. You want to actually manage it well. You want to get your sleep. You want to eat. You want to drink water. You want to stay hydrated. You want to do all those things so you can stay at top performance. For me, when it came to that, when I was alone, I would just overwork myself. And then, once I got out the military, I learned that I need to manage it better. So I didn't actually overwork myself. I actually just maintained and stayed stable. I didn't push it too hard. I pretty much just stayed chill and, use that time to regather myself and get better mentally and emotionally. And just, find that peace and find that solace in relaxing. And then, once I met my wife, I found that fire, that urge to push myself more and to do more. So that's when I slowly started doing it, and I was pushing myself. I was like, well, let me find something that I actually want to do long term, like a passion project. And I told my wife I wanted to get involved in coaching. She encouraged us, so I got involved in coaching basketball. And this is while I was working overnight. So I'd work overnight, and then during the day I'd go to the school and coach basketball games and things of that nature. And at that point, the weight wasn't too much. I was thriving for it. I wanted it. I was ready. And then over time, as the years went by, with my wife, I learned that I don't have to carry every weight, everything that's going on. I can share it. That's what she's here for, and that's what I'm here for her. Ease her load, and she ease my load. So I, over time, started learning what I can actually handle on my own and push my limits, but not too far. So if I'm going to provide and do everything I can, if I want to go to school, okay, let's go to school. Can I do full-time? I'm not sure, but let's try it. Can I work full-time while doing that? I think so. Let's try it. I try it. Okay, I can actually do this. All right, I can make this work. So let's do this. And then still finding time to, build that relationship and be with your partner. And then, if she needs things or she needs me to help around the house, I'm doing that too. I'm not having her do it alone. I'm doing it too with her. And, it's been that constant cycle. And it's still going now. And I can say, starting a new job, it was definitely harder to manage. It's longer hours. It's not as set as it was when I was in retail. But, it took about a month, 2 months. And then I feel like right now we're finally finding a groove in it. And, I'm still able to go to school full time, amazingly. I'm still able to work full time, even though I'm definitely putting in more hours. And then I'm still finding time for my wife and my son. So, you have to manage your how much you take and how much you push yourself. I still basically make sure that my family is okay and make sure they're taken care of. And, I still take care of my business in regards to work and school. But, that's also with a partner that's, telling you need to eat. You need to make sure you go to sleep. Okay, yeah, you want to do this, but you need to make sure you sleep early tonight because you got to wake up early tomorrow. It's a give and take. You got to make sure that you take care of each other and, take care of yourselves. So I definitely couldn't do it alone, and I'm thankful for it every day. But with that being said, carrying weight, you just got to make sure that you're doing everything that you can and that you're not overextending yourself for whatever you're trying to do. And if you feel like you're overextending yourself, then, I made a decision myself, like, you gotta cut back on some stuff. I cut back on the class. I was like, I'm dropping it. I don't have enough bandwidth to be able to handle these 3 classes and go to work. So I dropped it. Plain and simple. You gotta be honest with yourself and you gotta be real. Do whatever you can, but if you feel like it may be too much and you might not be able to handle it, be honest with yourself and do what you gotta do to make sure that you ease your load. But in the end, never give up. I'm Jeuse Kastoan, and this is Unseen Hours.